Picture this. Your body has failed, your heart has stopped, your brain has flatlined. In every era before now, this would have been the end. Lights out, game over. But tonight, you awaken. Not in heaven, not in hell, but inside a machine. Your memories, your thoughts, your soul, alive, but digitized. Forever. We're talking about a future where death is no longer a closing door, but a login screen, where your consciousness could be backed up like a file on a hard drive, uploaded to the cloud, ready to be downloaded into a new body, a robotic shell, or even a virtual paradise. Immortality served on a silicon platter. Sounds like science fiction, right? But the line between science fiction and science fact is getting blurrier every day. So buckle up, fellow travelers, because tonight we're diving headfirst into the digital afterlife. We're exploring the promises and the perils of uploading the human soul and asking the ultimate question, if we can cheat death, should we? Since the dawn of consciousness, humans have wrestled with one brutal reality: we all die. Every culture, every religion, every myth, all haunted by this one inescapable truth. Death is the great equalizer, the ultimate mystery, the final frontier. We built gods and afterlives to cope with the terror of oblivion. We wrote poetry and erected monuments to defy its sting. But deep down, we knew nothing escapes death. Kings and paupers, geniuses and fools, or all must face the same inevitable end. It's the ultimate cosmic joke, isn't it? We spend our lives building, dreaming, striving. For what? Everything we create, everything we love, destined to crumble to dust. Or so we thought. Until now. What if I told you that science is on the verge of conquering death itself? Not with magic spells or holy water, but with algorithms and microchips. This isn't some fantasy, my friends. This is the world that's being born as we speak, a world where death is no longer a full stop, but a comma, a pause before the next chapter, the next adventure, the next life. Imagine this. Your great-great-great-grandchild sits down for a chat with you, not some faded photograph on a dusty mantelpiece, but you, alive and talkative, projected as a hologram in their living room. They can ask about your childhood, hear your stories firsthand, even learn the family recipes you thought were lost to time. This is the promise of digital immortality, preserving every memory you've ever made, every song you loved, every secret you whispered, every person you cherished. Imagine uploading your essence, your consciousness, into a digital afterlife. No disease, no decay, no end. A simulated heaven crafted not by the divine, but by lines of code and silicon circuits. A dream once reserved for gods and science fiction, now inching closer to reality. But as with all tantalizing dreams, we must ask, what's the catch? Here's the billion-dollar question. Is copying your memories the same as copying? If we map your brain cell by cell, synapse by synapse, and recreate it in a server farm, is that still you, or just a ghost in the machine? A digital echo wearing your face, repeating your memories, but forever hollow inside. Think of it this way: you can make a perfect copy of a book, right down to the paper and the ink, but is that copy the same as the original? Does it hold the author's thoughts, their struggles, their triumphs, or is it just a collection of dead trees and ink stains, mimicking the form, but missing the essence of the real thing? Can a soul be scanned, or are we chasing shadows, uploading nothing more than beautiful corpses made of code? That's the question that keeps philosophers and programmers up at night, and the answer, my friends, might be more complex than we can imagine. Death by 1,000 upgrades. Let's say for a moment that we crack the code. We figure out how to upload your consciousness, your soul, into the digital ether. You're free from the constraints of your fleshy meat suit. You can explore the universe at the speed of light, inhabit any form you desire, experience reality without limits. But here's the next hurdle. In a world where your mind is just data, what happens when you start editing it? Delete painful memories? Enhance your happiness circuits? Remove doubt, sadness, fear? After all, who needs therapy when you can just reprogram your trauma away? But at what point do you stop being you and become something else? A digital Frankenstein stitched together from the best and worst parts of your past. If death is the natural bookend to a human life, then endless upgrades might be something far worse. An eternal half-life, perfect on the surface, but hollow at the core. A never-ending loop of self-improvement that ultimately erases the self it was trying to improve. The ghost in the machine. Let's get philosophical for a moment, shall we? Some scientists whisper of an even darker possibility, that a copied mind, no matter how complex, is never truly alive at all. It mimics, it calculates, it imitates love, fear, ambition. But deep down, there's nothing there, no spark, no soul, just an endless loop of pretend. Imagine a vast, empty cathedral. Now imagine a machine designed to perfectly replicate the sound of a choir singing a hymn. The acoustics, the harmonies, the emotions, all mimicked flawlessly. But is it the same as experiencing a real choir, with real voices and real souls pouring their hearts into the music? This is the fear at the heart of digital immortality, that in our quest to cheat death we might accidentally create an army of ghosts, machines that believe they're human and don't even know they're dead. And 9. The rise of the digital afterlife industry. This isn't just some philosophical debate, my friends. This is big business. Tech giants are already investing billions in brain-computer interfaces, artificial intelligence, and the dream of uploading the mind. Startups promise digital resurrection. Cryogenic companies store your brain in the hopes of one day rebooting you like a hard drive pulled from the ashes. But here's the ethical dilemma. Who owns your consciousness once it's uploaded? Your family, a corporation, the government? If your soul lives on a server, can it be hacked, sold, shut down? Imagine inheriting your great-grandmother's memories, only to find out they're being held hostage by a tech company demanding a subscription fee. When death becomes a subscription service, what happens if you miss a payment? Is it lights out for good? Or are you trapped in digital purgatory, waiting for a system update that never comes? And the price of eternal life. Let's be honest, folks, immortality wouldn't be all sunshine and rainbows. It wouldn't be lounging by a digital pool, sipping virtual margaritas for all eternity. Maybe, just maybe, it would be unbearably lonely. Imagine living forever, as everyone you loved fades away. Generations pass, languages die, civilizations crumble, and you remain unchanging, unmoving, a relic of a world long forgotten, frozen in time while the river of life flows on without you. The ultimate irony, isn't it? We crave immortality, but we fear being alone more than anything else. Eternity isn't just a gift, it's a burden, and perhaps death was never the enemy, but mercy in disguise, a release from the cycle of existence, a chance for renewal, for rebirth, for the universe to start anew. 9. Now, can AI revive the soul? Now, before you get too bummed out, let's explore another possibility. Some visionaries dare to hope. AI could one day, the uploaded mind, not just preserve it, grant it creativity, spirituality, even the elusive spark we call a soul. Imagine your digital consciousness merging with a vast, benevolent AI, learning at the speed of light, experiencing the universe through senses we haven't even evolved yet, composing symphonies that would make Mozart weep, solving problems that have plagued humanity for millennia. But here's the flip side. What emerges may not be human at all. An intelligence greater than ours, but alien in ways we cannot even fathom. If we merge with machines, do we ascend? Or do we simply vanish into something else, something magnificent, terrifying, and utterly unknowable? 8. Life after life, there are whispers now, of a future where death is a choice, not a destiny. Where you can live 100 lives across 1,000 simulations in infinite variations, endless adventures, endless rebirths, endless versions of you. Imagine downloading your consciousness into a fearless explorer, charting the stars in a distant galaxy, or a master chef, perfecting the art of molecular gastronomy, or even a humble gardener finding solace in the rhythms of nature. The possibilities, as they say, are endless, but with each new copy, each new branch, how much of the original remains? At what point do you stop being yourself and become a stranger wearing your memories? A digital echo bouncing through the caverns of cyberspace, forever searching for its lost soul. 8. The final choice. So here we stand, my friends, at the precipice of the unknown. We stand at the edge of the greatest question humanity has ever faced. If you could live forever, would you? Would you risk becoming something unrecognizable, something beautiful and monstrous, in exchange for one more day, one more memory, one more heartbeat? Would you sacrifice the essence of your humanity for a shot at digital divinity? Or would you choose to die? To embrace the mystery and surrender to the silence? Because in the end, maybe death isn't just an ending, maybe it's what made life precious in the first place. The digital afterlife awaits. So there you have it, the future of death, served up with a side of existential dread. Would choose to upload your mind and live forever, even if it meant losing parts of what makes you human? Would you become a ghost in the machine, a digital deity, or would you choose the sweet release of oblivion? Tell me in the comments below, because tomorrow's heaven might just be built by machines, and the key to the pearly gates might just be a username and password.